There is a penalty advantage that's coming up for the Trinitians. Keep an eye out on Fernando. There, that's when the maul is brought down, and Wahab entering that maul as well from the sides. Akila Fernando reaches out.
Okay, thank you.
Maul had been brought down. This is the second penalty, third penalty rather, Peters are conceding back to back. Well, at times we are turning out to be lip detectors as well, because referee Shankar Bekun said no try, penalty advantage. Penalty for Trinity College, and the Trinitians will be happy to repeat.
The third Lumex penalty in a trot for Trinity. St. Peter's under pressure straight away, and this Rexona line out the second one of the game. They have another go at the Patriot defense as Akila Fernando throws in to this Rexona line.
Trinity goes to number 2, no contest by the Patriots, who fails miserably on the sack. Shanuka Pereira, Trinity going on the march, goes forward, and that's a touchdown. The finger goes up by Aaron Pereira. Akila Fernando this time around will not be denied. First Samana Bank try for the Trinitians on the second time of asking. 5 points to nil.
And it's St. Peter's dictating terms in the first 2 minutes. Trinity College get the first go. Shan Altaf lines this goal conversion up to make it a 7-point game early on. Here's Altaf. Strike is good. Direction is better. 7 points to nil early on. Goal conversion through from Shan Altaf. And what a start for the Trinitians. Dream start.
Brilliant work from the forwards, and kept up by skipper Shan Altaf with the goal conversion. So everything started with that tackle on Shan Altaf. From there onwards, St. Peter's continued to give away penalties. That trend has not gone away from St. Peter's. They need to come back strong if they want to keep up with Trinity.
The restart this time, Hamza Abdin collects it. Last time around, it was Zahira who ended up scoring when he missed a similar one.
Stay, you it.
Vijay Kohn goes for the box, goes to his left in no man's land, and up goes Mantusha. Good tackle on him by Akash Fernando. Now from the back is Talish Soisa playing in the front row, wearing that number 5 jersey. Petrus yet again keeping it close. Asha Sakram carries it forward. Now we'll look to get the ball out, but that's a brilliant carry by Sheval Gunawardana. Now Wahab sends it out. Dinsara flirts. Sabar held in the tackle by Disanayaka Jayasena, and he's lost the ball forward in contact. That will be a big confidence booster to Achinta Jayasena as well, because defensively Trinity are currently bossing this game.
Well, they're really making the tackles, isn't it? St. Peter's have made a couple of breaks, but the tackles that Trinity have given one-on-one have always pushed the Peterite attackers back. Nilhan. St. Peter's are going to have to look for space somewhere. There's no space taking route 1.
Yeah, we saw that Dinsara was searching for that space. So we didn't have as the first Kawani scrum of the game in favor of Trinity, as Udan Vijay Kohn feeds into this scrum.
And what do Trinity go on from here? Vijay Kohn goes to Altaf, and off first phase ball, they hoist it up in the air. Here's Dinsara.
Under the high by, collects it beautifully. Dinsara gets away from the first tackler. Can't do that against the second. Trinity looking to play territorial here.
Leg.
Now Madugaske gets the offload out. Saba brought to ground. Senuka Pereira didn't get a good pass, but Trinity managing to still cover them out. Big collisions in their own half for St. Peter's as referee Abekon needs to tend to Sadisha Veeravansa. He's holding his face and doesn't look good.
Huge moment in the game, isn't it? Huge moment in the game for Trinity.
Yeah.
Want to hope that Veeravansa gets back up on his feet.
Captain.
Probably go back to see what happened to Veeravansa. Not too sure where the injury is for the Trinity centre, but looks like he's going to shrug it off and go back. Seems like it's a leg injury. He's got a whole load of tape on and he's going to try and hold on to his leg and try and play, but doesn't look too pretty for the Trinity centre.
Seems to be in a little bit of pain, Veeravansa. The rest of the Trinity players will need to make sure that they keep focus. Yes, Veeravansa is in pain, but you've got to make sure that these kind of stoppages don't distract you. Seems like Veeravansa cannot continue and he's not in 100%. Getting out the replacement, I believe it will be Madhur Silva that comes in. Mathuranga de Silva rather.
Well, here's the replay of that. That's where it went. Sadisha not going to want to have a look at that replay. And we'll most probably not even look at this game anymore. One of the most important players for Trinity College has to go out. Very unfortunate for the Trinitians. Madhuranga de Silva comes on. This is his time to shine. This is where bench strength, squad depth comes into play. Can your bench match the performances of those that are starting? Second Cavani scrum of the game. First Cavani scrum for St. Peter's. What do they do from their own half here?
Patriots have had trouble getting out of their own half, but looking to run now. The Patriots, Wahab, and they lose it forward. Dinsara looking to run before he catches that ball, and this is pressure. But it's interesting because St. Peter's look to kick when they are on Trinity's half, and when they are in their own, they're looking to run. They're not earning the right to go wide with a man going in and sucking up the defense, but rather trying to send it out that this man is going to be important. Yes, look at that. Wahab challenged in that pass, and Dinsara has to lose it forward.
Big scrum coming up for Trinity College. It's on the part of the field that they like. St. Peter's have put 5 defenders up. There's space at the back for Trinity if they wish to use it. Here's Achinta Jayasena with Vijay Kon dropping back.
Abdul Malik to the corner, and it drills into the in goal. Just a little overcooked opportunity read beautifully by Trinitians. There was plenty of unguarded space with 5 men looking to defend that move for Trinity, but they say we've got plenty in our back pocket.
Some brilliant move from Abdul Malik. St. Peter's committing all 5 defenders and no one as the second line of defense. Definitely after the first 2 minutes it has been all Trinity so far. In the next 10 minutes St. Peter's under the pressure. Another Cavani's come for the Peterites.
Scrum in their own half. St. Peter's outside the red zone but still in amber. This time wants to go to the pocket and will look to clear. Hassan found touch and is right at Sean Altaf, who returns the favor and puts the ball up. The chase is good on Madugaske. Good offload collected well by the skipper Pereira, who calms things down. Net gain for St. Peter's at the 50-meter mark. Pete tries slowing the pace of the game. Pereira, that's Shiraz, offloads to Mantusha. Yet again Sabah, slippery hands, looking to run around are the Peterites, but Trinity says no way Jose to Ashok Krishan. Pressure in the corner, but the flag was up, so that's in touch. Play will be brought back, although Sean Altaf is attempting a 50-22 net gain for the Trinitians.
Well, St. Peter's just seem to be a bit out of options, isn't it, in their own half. Not exiting from the 22, St. Peter's. The kick from the base of that scrum was not a territorial one, it was a tactical one, went right up in the air. Didn't look to get a lot of space. Now for the Peterites of this scrum, it will tell you what kind of plan that they've come with. They've got backs that can run. Will they run is going to be the question here. Shiraz Pereira.
Pereira now going to Krishan. This time looking to put ball to touch. Does not succeed as Altaf puts it up. The chases are on for Trinity. A jump from Pereira. Finds no man. Sabah that time wasn't sure what to do. He thought it may be offside, but opportunity for St. Peter's, who are very, very dangerous off broken play. Now asking for quick ball are the Peterites, but Revon Pereira smashed in the tackle by Achinta Jayasena yet again, who seems to have his number throughout this game. Forced to use. Peterites looking to go through. Nadunjit, the ball carrier for St. Peter's. Building phases, Shenuk Pereira. Big tackle on him by Achinta Jayasena yet again. 8 on 8. Trinity 8 wins. No clear release is the call from the referee. Evin Jayasena loses the battle. Akram. Tomians. Beg your pardon, Peterites building faces. Trinity looking to tackle, too late arriving there. Peterites building faces, going nowhere, opts to kick. Malik underneath the high ball, loses it forward. Jebab wants to have a word, but Abdul Malik walks away.
Well, St. Peter's will do that all day long. They'll hoist the ball up in the air and try and win this game in the air. They're going to try and win this game in two ways, Nilhan. They're going to try and win this game up in the air, contest Trinity, put the back three under pressure. And the second option is going to be that they're going to go wide. They're not going to go through the middle. They'll try with Mantusha, but they'll try and go on the outside channels, try and force a mismatch. They go with the 1-3-3-1.
Coach!
They've got two flankers on the corner and two flankers that are very agile, that can break defenses. Here's a Cavani scrum for St. Peter's that they look to try and make something out of.
St. Peter's have tried to go on wide, but still Trinity defense on spot as this time.
Shirosh Pereira hitting a gapper. Dinsara looking to dance around. Brought to ground by Yadehige. Pereira straightening it up is Revon Pereira this time. Good carry by the lock. Now Wahab looking to go wide. Mantusha gets away from the first tackle. The pass is not good and it's lost forward. St. Peter's showing promise, and that this is exactly what they want to do. Try and catch Trinity by surprise.
There we see Nichan Mantusha, the pass not going as Abid told. St. Peter's tried to go wide there. They had a number mismatch also. If Mantusha could have sent that ball clear to Sabah, St. Peter's could have found an opening, but St. Peter's knocks the ball by Ashok Krishan. So back for another Cavani scrum in favor of Trinity.
Trinity with possession in their own half. outside the 40 though, so it will be interesting to see what they want to do here. Vijay Kohn, Malik, Veerakon cuts back inside and the offload's good, says the referee. Malik now decides to put ball to boot. High hanging kick, not fielded well by Krishan. Runs into the in goal. This is good for St. Peter's. That's going to be a goal line dropout.
Krishan will be very happy that he didn't catch the ball on the first attempt. It's probably the first time he's going to think that. If not, it would have been taken back. 5-meter scrum for Trinity. Krishan knew that he didn't touch that ball.
Now Trinity getting possession back. In the Peters red zone, they will hope. But Krishan, who is also normally the restarting kicker, will look to go deep. And deep hitters. Trinity not collecting it cleanly. Here's Minula Yaddahige. Seems to have lost it forward. Well, Shenuka Pereira need to make sure that he sets a standard. Not push the oncoming player, but not going to contact. A little friendly bump with the Trinity winger.
Well, he's not having the best day so far. Shenuka Pereira has been marked really well by Achinta Jayasena. So far for St. Peter's College, they're yet to find a player to break open the game for them. Touch and go there for Minule Yattege if he knocked it back or not. Here's Kawani scrum, Shiraj Pereira.
Under pressure, gives it to Mantusha. Mantusha gets away from the first man. If he gets away from that first line of defense, Trinity will be put on notice because they are rushing up. And Mantusha is one of those game breakers who can really create things out of nothing. Slow ball coming out for the Petrites. Need to use it, St. Peter's, or lose it. Here's Pereira from the base. Altaf now gets on it. Gets away from the first tackler as well. Quick ball available for Trinity College. Vijay Kohn needs cover. Says, get here lads, to the forwards. Kick from base. Peters, Pereira collects it and finds Dinsara. Now Dinsara in trouble. On ground is Dinsara and Akash Fernando claims that he had a right to that ball. Shenuk Pereira lining it up. Big collision. But Akila Fernando matches up to it. Abe Gunawardena. A small package but a great leg drive on that lad. Now going deep. Krishan looks to quick across. Keep an eye out on the Petrite wingers. Altaf puts in a little dink. Gets behind the oncoming players. But the bounce is kind to Mantusha. Madhuranga De Silva looking for that jackal. Did not succeed. Second guessing was Achinta Jayasena on Shenuka Pereira. A little dink yet again. Altaf gets away from Shenuk Pereira. There was no way he was catching him. Veerakon cuts back inside. Offloads to Malik. Now Jayasena. Achinta Jayasena looks for the offload. Finds Veerakon. Trinity looking to put pressure. Vijay Kohn swinging it wide are the Trinitians. Akash Fernando still available for Vijay Kohn. Is that a hand? Seems like he's lost it forward. Udan Vijay Kohn and the Petrites will be breathing a big sigh of relief, similar to one that was pulled in by my co-commentator Nilhan.
Definitely, St. Peter's after kicking Trinity found some space, which is what St. Peter's have still not found in this game.
St. Peter's are trying to box kick their way out of... Oh, not nice. Have a look at the replay once again. On the ground, is that a Trinitian hand? I think it might be a Trinitian hand. We'll have another replay if we can.
It was Akash Fernando's hand that made contact with the ball. Trinity will be hoping that they can try and build from here, put pressure on the Petrites, force them to try and exit.
20 minutes gone so far, Sudarshana. 7-0. Trinity have lost one of their key components in the back line. No Sadisha Weerawansa, and here's a TMO referral.
Well, it's Akash Fernando who's holding his knee, I think, in pain. Moved his hand. There. Forcing that ball to go down. I think lost forward. Ball to the beat rights will be the call. Trinity will be hoping that Fernando is okay to continue. Did look like he was in a little bit of pain. This is not ideal for the Trinitians. Because remember, their season is not down as the change is made. Yain comes on to the field. Second Trinity player limping off, and this is concerning for the Trinitians.
Kawani scrum coming up for St. Peter's College. Well, now Trinity have lost a key man in the forwards, a jumper in Akash Fernando. And they've also lost their midfielder in Sadisha Weerawansa. Two big blows for Trinity College. Well, this is going to be the ultimate test of bench strength and how tactical Coach Fazil Marija is going to be.
Prateep Yain comes in. Good jumper. Krishan put under pressure, and Trinity on a line out just outside the 22 meters.
Now it's important that St. Peter's defend this line out, not give away penalties. They gave away 2 consecutive penalties in the previous rolling maul. So other opportunity they first will look to contest. They haven't done it in the previous game, so they need to stop this Trinity rolling maul.
Revon Pereira having a keen eye. Akila Fernando, the man chosen for the line out job, and this time St. Peter's win it. Throws directly at his opposition, Fernando. Pete Wrights will be thanking and will look to exit as Chenuka Pereira makes another carry. Krishan in the pocket, but they opt to go with Shiraj Pereira. Kicking from the base, Shan Altaf goes up and makes a good collection. Collected by Vijay Kohan, who puts the ball to boot, and that's a 50-22.
Oh, what a player. What a player, Udan Vijay Kohan. Kicking off the back foot. Shan Altaf was met with a big tackle. The chase was fantastic from St. Peter's College, but Udan Vijay Kohan looked up. Ruck was behind the 50. And Vijay Kohan, what a player. Well, I'll say this now, and I'll probably say this again. If you give him an opportunity, he's going to walk right into that national setup.
Another line out this time around. Trinity making no mistakes. Need the ball to be transferred to the back. Fernando looking for that ball. Trinity going straight up. Peters have no answer. Inching close to that 5-meter line. We haven't seen once by the referee. Looking to come through the middle. On top is Revon Pereira. Referee now playing advantage in favor of the Trinitians. That's going to be a penalty. Quickly taken by Udan Vijay Kohan. Evin Jayasena loses that forward. But referee might play advantage for not 10 meters. That was 10 meters sufficient, decides referee Shankar Bekun. But back-to-back trouble for Peters when it comes to maul time.
Yeah, that's what we said. As we see another replay, Vijay Kohan taking it quickly in the 5-meter. And Jayasena just missed out on that. Going back to the line out, Sudarshan, St. Peter's contested one and turned the ball over, but if Trinity sets up, it's very hard for St. Peters to defend.
5 meter scrum deep in your own red zone for the Peterites. A Kawani's come in a danger area for the Peterites. And both sets of forwards are eager. Are very eager. This is Kumar Singh, the deputy skipper. Wants to have a word with referee Abekon as well. Nisit Kumar Singh will want to make sure that he puts a lot of pressure on the Shiroz Pereira, who will look to get this across to Ashok Krishan to clear. Pereira looks to run. Wahab now running from their own line. Now the Peterites. Dinsara bundled into touch. You either kick or you run. If you can exit, you exit, and that's what Peters have done.
Well, they've exited and they've got the amount of meters that they would have with the kick as well. So St. Peters have got the space or got the distance that they would have wanted. It's going to be a chat between the two captains, and there are a lot of afters, isn't it, so far in this game? Going away from what this game is supposed to be, the two captains will be told what is expected. But St. Peters are playing with fire, aren't they? They're playing with fire in their own half. It's high risk, high reward stuff. So far the rewards haven't come for the Peterites. Now this conversation that the captains are going to have with their teams is very important for the game. And I really do hope the conversation is about discipline from the captains to the teams, because that's exactly what is needed. Discipline from both teams. And there's a Rexona line out coming up for Trinity College. Just on the 40. Last line out didn't work for Trinity. They got a rolling maul set. Maybe I thought Trinity could have gone for a kick to touch, but here's the run from Senuddin Sara. If you give this boy space to Darshana, he's just going to run circles around you.
Yeah, he'll trouble you as Trinity gets the line out. Veerakon goes to ground. No clear release, but referee says there was enough. Holding on, Russ Veerakon, who has suffered this plight multiple times this season, needs to sell it better and position that ball forward.
The Alimix penalty to St. Peters. Now they have done two things right. They exited well and now they get a penalty. As Krishan will send that ball closer, just outside the 40-meter mark.
Well, the Peterites return to the Trinity half, first time in a long time, and will want to make sure that they get points. Yes, there was enough release from Wahab. Absolutely no problem there. Went in for the ball, and Veerakon that time too slow on the ground to try and dot it down. Referee Aaron Pereira not happy with the distance Trinity was showing, and the Peterites set it up. That's a good drive by St. Peters College. Shenuk Pereira behind that. And they're going up straight. Trinity need to commit the players. That's very nice from Nisit Kumar Singh, who knew exactly where the ball was. Now needs to roll away. Peters outside the 22 meters. Wahab looking to snipe. It's a good sniping fly of Wahab. Scored a hat trick of tries against Royal College, and Trinity now claiming the jackal. Abdeen. Referee says no, you need to release. Shenuk Pereira carries it forward. Inside the 22 are the Peterites. Rev on now. Right up on him is De Silva. Just one man in that ruck. Wahab looking to run. Rahab and Nahil Jaya lost it forward. Hopefully, not cynically. Mantusha, now Trinity jackling that ball, but will come back to the advantage. Sadish Veeravansa in the background. Got to feel for the lad, isn't it? And Akash Fernando as well on the ground.
Well, the Peterites are going on the short side here. They're hitting two down the middle and then they're going to the short side. Not sure how Nahil Jaya found himself in the middle of everything, but he sure did well to sell the fact that he was going to go for the ball, which he was. But there's a good Cavani scrum coming up for St. Peter's to do something out of.
Here's St. Peter's looking for the backdoor pass. Kishan, Dinsara in the corner are the Peterites and have been bundled into touch.
The loss for space there, St. Peter's College. Need to earn the right to go forward before going wide, St. Peter's. Trinity defense was very good there. They drifted out really well, shut the options. Maybe Dinsara could have stepped off his right foot and gone through. We'll have a look at that, the frame just before that. But the win three-quarter was bundled into touch by his opposite number.
Since Trinity's 5 score in the 5th minute, Amana Bank tried has been cagey. Has been cagey here at Bambalapidia. And the Peterites are in the correct part of the field. Trinity need to make sure that they execute their line out well. Line goes up and that's not straight.
A brilliant work, putting a man up in the line out. St. Peter's have learned something from their defeat against Zaira. And now they will get the ball. Good contest in that Rexona line out by the Peterites. And another opportunity to attack as we move into the halfway mark.
Can the Peterites unleash their backs? Shanuk Pereira will want to create a face here, suck in the Trinity defense, and then look to unleash Wahab, Mantusha and Zaba. Trinity put in pressure. Here's Wahab. Dummies one, running straight was Mantusha. Tackling on the ball, Kumar Singh lost the challenge. Is the call from referee. Shirosh has to seal that. Shenuku Pereira with the carry, still outside the 22, now going wide. Wahab, hesitant and dummies. Dinsara goes to ground. Dinsara and Jayasena wins the ball. Now the Peterites need to roll away. Very good work done by them to get away. Udan Vijay Kohn puts the ball to boot. Nobody at the back for St. Peter's, but luckily for the home team, the ball bounces out.
Well, either way, it was going to be a good kick from Udan Vijay Kohn, whether it went out or in. Fazil Marija with a wry smile there as Shan Altaf chased behind that ball, but if it did stay in the field of play, Shan Altaf would have definitely gone there. But now St. Peter's need to score. They need to score before halftime. They cannot let Trinity get another score. Here's another replay of that. The bounce of the rugby ball as Fazil Marija looks on. The ball goes out into touch.
Seems like there is a blood injury that's been called for. St. Peter's College need to find option. Mukshid comes onto the field. Beg your pardon. Amr Faisal comes onto the field. Hasn't been a great day for Trinity and injuries. Peterites calling for a 4-man. Pereira lining it up. St. Peter's setting it up, the 4-man line out. They got a good purchase from the last mall and they've now managed to get a good headway. Brilliant work by the Peterite forwards, putting Trinity under pressure. Jayasena gets away from a dangerous position. Now, ball coming out for St. Peter's College. Carry by Akram. Pereira latching on. And good carry by the Peterite forwards. This is brilliant from the Bomber lads, who are building up faces and getting continuity into the game. They like to slow it down, and this is the pace at which they'd like to play it at. Wahab. Height mismatch there. Quick ball onto the short side. St. Peter's straightening things up through Nadunjit. Soiza with the tuck in. Peters really want to slow it down, get it to their pace as Revon Pereira makes meters. Down Vijay Kohn shouting and barking instructions. Wahab, long cut-out pass to the corner. Krishan cuts back inside. Good clearance work by the backs. Mantusha, Abhay Gunawardena, good tackle on him, and Jayasena had his hands on the ground. Quickly taken by St. Peter's College. Pereira into the 22 meters. Pick and go by the forwards. Now St. Peter's has an opportunity. Here's Akram with another big carry. Just outside the Trinity 5 are the Petrites, and the forwards will go all day long. And Abhay Gunawardena goes forward, gives away the penalty. You have to latch. It's not your supporter throwing you forward, but St. Peter's, that build-up will give them confidence.
Boy, have they asked the questions from this Trinity defense in this first 35. They've asked all the questions possible. But St. Peter's are doing something right here, Sudarshan. They're sucking in the Trinity defense. They're sucking in the Trinity defense really well. They're hitting one up. And if that doesn't get them front football, they go again and they keep going with their forwards. They know where their strength lies. And it's with the forwards as Shan Altaf misses touch. Here's Dinsara.
Dinsara from broken play wants to put the ball to boot. They've identified space in the corner. Malik doesn't judge it. Finally gets a hand to it. Abdul Malik still on his feet. Finally brought down. Did very well until the support arrived. Vijay Kohn. Altaf puts ball to boot. Still in play. Mantusha. Now to Pereira. Shirosh gives it to skipper Shenuka. Big tackle on him by Nisit Kumar Singha. Now Petrites will go back to their tried and tested forwards to keep it close. Keep it cagey. Ask questions from this Trinity defense. Can they get a penalty out of them? Slowing things down. Shenuk Pereira, look at that reach. Brilliant ball placement by the Petrite skipper. Akram. Cheval goes to the corner. Akram with the carry. Brought down. Trinity earning in inches. Abhay Gunawardena has always earned inches. Brilliant carry. Still not brought down. Finally on the ground. And Trinity wins the jackal.
Oh, who else? Who else but Shan Altaf? But the forwards are making all the tackles up front. Shival Abhay Gunawardena for St. Peter's has been really good. But the first 35 minutes, well, you can't really say which team has won the first 35. It's just 7 points separating the two teams as Shan Altaf takes a quick tap and kicks it out. This game has turned absolutely physical. Trinity have lost two of their main players in Akash Fernando and Sadisha Veerawansa. In the first 35, St. Peter's College are asking all the right questions from Trinity College. Does Rajiv Pereira have the answers to what Trinity College and Fazil Marija are going to throw at them in the next 35? Trinity 7 points, St. Peter's yet to trouble the scorers at the end of halftime. We cross over for a commercial break, but we'll see you on the other side for the 35 minutes that will decide who wins the Dialogue Schools Rugby League 2026.